4:30 News, it's a Turkey Tuesday like no other.
There's such a need in Billings right now. It's really sad to have all these people without food.
Our community coming together, and thanks to you, we're serving up our biggest goal yet, raising food and funds for those who need it most. Tonight, we're taking you outside our Q2 studios, showing you how a little turkey spirit can go a long way. And it's a debate that's been dividing hunters and landowners for years. The legality of corner crossing. We explain what a legal case could mean for Montana and why some say the future of public lands hangs in the balance. The MTN 4:30 News starts right now. Good evening. Thanks for joining us on the MTN 4:30 News. I'm Andrea Lutz. After a longer than usual vote count, Billings businessman and Northern Hotel owner Mike Nelson has officially been elected the city's next mayor. Nelson narrowly edged out City Council member Jennifer Owen following the final count of around 200 ballots originally rejected. But now that's behind him, and Nelson says he is looking forward to getting work done. Last week, he says he is focused on 3 different things: economic vibrancy, safety, and quality of life issues.
In my opinion, they need to be progressed all at once. We need to make progress on all 3 at the same time. That way we can ensure that the people of Billings have a nice place to live, they have a safe place to live, they can work, they can earn a living, they can raise a family, and yes, maybe even retire here someday. I mean, this is the magic city, right? So let's remember that and let's keep the magic going.
Nelson will take over for Mayor Bill Cole, who served his limit of 2 4-year terms. He'll be sworn in at the end of the year. It's a debate that's been dividing hunters and landowners for years, the legality of corner crossing. The U.S. Supreme Court is stepping into a Wyoming case that could settle the question once and for all. MTN's John Riley explains what the case could mean for Montana and why some say the future of public access hangs in the balance.
Hunting and fishing to hiking and camping. Let's face it, Montana just wouldn't be what it is without public lands. And let's be honest, it's a big reason that a lot of us live here. Now, we've had some people reach out wondering if a recent Supreme Court case involving corner crossing from Wyoming might impact Montana. Well, it's complicated. So let's take a look at what corner crossing is before we get into the case. Now, let's say here and here is private land, while over here and here is public land. The act of corner crossing is when I cross from one piece of public land into another without actually stepping on the private land. In Wyoming, pharmaceutical executive Fred Eshelman tried to sue a group of hunters for trespassing when they used a ladder, this ladder specifically, to corner cross onto public land that was locked in by his property. The 10th District Court of Appeals agreed with the hunters, saying that nothing they did violated federal law. In October, the U.S. Supreme Court declined to take up the case, making that ruling case law. Here's the thing, though. Because the Supreme Court did not take it up, that case only impacts the states in the 10th Circuit. Montana, that's in the 9th Circuit. So, is corner crossing legal or illegal in Montana? It's complicated. Montana FWP maintains that corner crossing is unlawful without landowner permission. Now, a trespassing conviction could land you up to 6 months in jail and a fine of up to $500. However, there's no law on the Montana books that directly addresses corner crossing. I spoke with several lawyers about the issue of corner crossing in Montana, including a prosecutor. Now, they agreed to speak to me on background, but didn't want to go on camera because of the clients that they represent. All of them said that most county attorneys don't prosecute corner crossing trespassing crimes, and that they're not aware of any corner crossing trespass that's actually made it to a jury in recent years. So it will likely take a case similar to Wyoming or action from Montana lawmakers before there is a definitive answer on corner crossing in Montana. In Helena, John Riley, MTN News.
President Donald Trump marking Veterans Day with a ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery honoring those who have served and their families. The president and vice president, J.D. Vance, took part in the annual ceremony laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. In his remarks, Trump praised America's veterans, calling them the backbone of the nation's freedom and strength. And he thanked members of his administration, including Speaker Mike Johnson and several cabinet officials, for their work on veterans issues.
Thank you for carrying America's fate on your strong, very broad, proud shoulders. Each of you has earned the respect and the gratitude of our entire nation. We love you, we salute you, and we will never forget what you have done to keep America safe, sovereign, and free. Thank you very much.
The president also highlighting what he called strong approval ratings for the VA and promised continued support for the nation's veterans. The Crazy Mountain Ranch is pushing back against state regulators who say it broke a court order tied to watering its private golf course. The Montana DNRC wants to fine the ranch $8,000, claiming it used water that wasn't legally authorized for sale. The ranch says it followed the consent decree and legally bought the water from the city of Boulder. But the DNRC says the city's irrigation well wasn't permitted for bulk sales. Now a Park County judge will decide whether the state's enforcement motion moves forward. Today marks a special milestone for KTVQ, Family Service and Master Lube, teaming up for the 30th annual Turkey Tuesday. Demand is higher than ever as local food banks feel the strain of the ongoing government shutdown, leaving some families without federal food assistance. As our Hannah Pettiferi explains, for many, Turkey Tuesday is more than just a meal, it's a lifeline.
It all began at the crack of dawn in the Q2 parking lot.
Thank you to everybody who's supporting Family Service, supporting your neighbors in need.
The turkeys were moving, and Family Service Executive Director Ryan Kramer helping unload turkeys for Turkey Tuesday.
I think it's times like this actually where it is more joyful, and we do get so excited because we do see what the community does for families in need.
The traffic was flowing steadily throughout the day.
I just think a lot of people need help.
Across Billings, we had drop-offs at Master Loop in the Heights and in the West End on Keeg Avenue, where Lori Claxton was out making a donation.
There's such a need in Billings right now. It's really sad to have all these people without food.
Lori's been donating every year since we started, and she knows there's a need.
We know people that are going without food. At least get them through the holidays and help them out. That would be one less thing they have to worry about.
Dick Olson is another helping hand in the community.
I can afford to do it, and I had friends help me. We did the same thing last week, and we had another truckload of food downtown, and it makes you feel good.
And he wants to make sure everyone has food on the table for the holidays.
If you don't have food, you're very hungry, and it doesn't make for a good holiday.
And how that need is greater than ever.
We've seen an increase of about 25% usage in our client choice food room. In October, we saw about 160 families coming in on a daily basis, and now we're seeing a little over 200 families.
The House is looking to vote on a compromise deal to reopen the government. The measure cleared the Senate late Tuesday after a record 41 days. Natalie Brand has the details from the White House.
At a Veterans Day event Tuesday, President Trump congratulated Republican leaders in Congress after the Senate finally passed a funding bill to end the government shutdown.
We're opening up our country. Should have never been closed.
8 members of the Democratic caucus split with the party, voting with Republicans to support the package that will fund the government through the end of January, extend funding for SNAP benefits for a full year, and reverse shutdown-related layoffs of federal workers. But the deal does not include an extension of Affordable Care Act tax credits, the issue at the heart of the deadlock, sparking backlash from some Democrats.
A lot of the lawmakers involved feel that they have to be so loyal to their party, but they forget that they have to be loyal to the American people first.
The amended bill will now head to the House, where the Republican-controlled chamber is expected to vote on the measure Wednesday.
House Democrats will strongly oppose any legislation that does not decisively address the Republican health care crisis.
As the spending package moves through Congress, staffing issues, delays, and cancellations continue at airports nationwide. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says travel disruptions would have been worse if a deal had not been reached.
This Thursday and Friday, I think you would have seen mass, double, triple the number of cancellations and delays in the airspace.
Duffy says air traffic controllers could receive most of their back pay within 48 hours of the government reopening. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
2 Billings students have already needed emergency eye care this fall and now. A local clinic is making sure help is always by. Bauer and Clausen Optometry donated 34 Eyewash stations to Billings Public Schools, giving a nurse's station immediate access to emergency eye care. Until now, only science labs had that kind of equipment. So the new stations attached to existing faucets, fitting schools of all ages and layouts. District leaders say the donation is helping keep students safe and classrooms running smoothly when accidents happen. Rumors have been swirling around central Montana that one of the state's most iconic pit stops could be shutting down for good. But as MTN's Brianna Juneau reports, the owners of Eddie's Corner say that's simply not the case.
It's a landmark at the junction of Highway 87 and 191. Eddie's Corner is known for its hot meals, full tanks, and Montana hospitality. But lately, word's been going around that this longtime stop might be closing its doors for good. Manager Vicki Abel says those rumors are just not true.
The store is not closing due to help, not having enough help. Wintertime it slows down. There's health issues involved. We are closed for the winter.
The restaurant and cafe side of the establishment will take a break during the slow winter season, a move management hopes will help them regroup and rebuild before the busy warmer months return.
Our intention is not to close the cafe because we've been open for over 70 years.
Eddie's Corner has long been a staple stop for travelers, truckers, and locals, it being one of the only places to stop for a bite to eat in between Great Falls and Lewistown.
You have the ones that are disappointed because, especially the truck drivers, they don't find very many places that they can stop and get a meal, a real meal, homemade meal on the road anymore.
Despite the closing of the restaurant, travelers will still be able to access gas and the store inside. Vicki says they're not leaving anyone behind.
You know, I've been here for 26 years. I've served a lot of people. I've been cooking here for that long. And so we want to get it back up and going as soon as we can.
The gas station and convenience store will all remain open through the winter. The restaurant, they say, plans to reopen once staffing improves, likely in the spring. In Fergus County, Brianna Juneau, MTN News.